Guys, Erin Wester here. My usual sunny spot is kind of in the shade today. I don't really like that very much, but that's okay. So today I want to talk about food addiction, emotional eating, food addiction, whatever you want to call it. Um, I've been posting a little bit about my struggle with food, and I just really wanted to kind of address that with you guys today, so hopefully someone might connect with my story and we can help each other out, because it really does take accountability and staying motivated really to get through food addiction. Some people it takes therapy. For me, therapy worked a little bit, but I just really have to work on my goals and overcoming my demons. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Erin Wester. I'm an online fitness coach, Beachbody coach, whatever you want to call it. I'm also a stay-at-home mom and do this Beachbody thing full-time. I was a social worker up until October of last year when I was let go from my job due to having been on extended maternity leave when I gave birth to my twins. I'm also a mom of 3, 2 on earth and 1 in heaven, with my twin girls that were born in October. One passed on to heaven in November due to a heart issue. So our other daughter also has the same heart issue as well. I don't know if maybe she was stronger than her sister, or what gives, because autopsy was inconclusive. They really couldn't determine cause of death. So all we can assume it has something to do with her heart and combined with SIDS, and that's kind of how it happened. She kind of just stopped breathing while she was asleep, so that's how she passed away. But I really want to talk about emotional eating and how emotional eating has affected me. I have suffered from emotional eating since I was about 13 years old. A little bit of background on me. I am actually adopted. I was adopted when I was 1 month old. I don't really know anything about my birth parents, but my adoptive parents are fantastic. I'm super close with my mom. I was a daddy's girl growing up. I had a fantastic childhood. I also have a younger brother who's 5 years younger than me. But growing up, we had everything we could ever want. I took gymnastics, I took dance, I competed in swimming since I was 7. Played soccer, did tons of activities, had every intention of going to vet school, but that didn't work out because I shadowed a vet and I hated it. So I went to school to be a horse trainer. That also did not work out, and later in life I went to school and became a social worker to help moms that had been through what I went through as a single mom, the domestic violence I experienced, and also my addictions, my alcohol addiction and my food addiction. So emotional eating, yeah, it started when I was about 13. It's when I started competing at the national level with horses. We showed horses and bred Arabian horses when I was a teenager into my early 20s. So, I mean, horses was our life. I started riding lessons when I was 7. I had my own horse when I was 9. And that's just kind of how things progressed with that. So once I started competing nationally, body image was a huge thing. You wanted to look good, you wanted to be skinny, you wanted to be less weight for the horse to carry around. So body image became a thing for me when I was about 13. I was never really a skinny kid. I've been tall. I was about 5'8" when I was a freshman in high school, and I got up to about 5'10" by the time I was a sophomore. So my weight has always been an issue. I'm a bigger girl. I just have bigger bones. I have wide hips. I have boobs. That's just how I'm built. That's something I can't really control. So anything less than like 6, and I got a phone call in the middle of that. Anything less than a 6 or 8 was never going to work for me. I mean, I was tall. Finding pants long enough was a struggle in itself. So that's when I started this bad relationship with food. Growing up, we really didn't eat that healthy, honestly. We had a lot of fast food, a lot of McDonald's. Just really didn't think about eating healthy and eating clean food. We ate processed food, we ate fast food. That's just kind of how childhood was. We were always on the go, we were always busy. Me and my brother were always in activities. I mean, we were just always on the go. So fast food, again, was just a norm. Sit-down dinners didn't happen that often. We were just too busy. And we had chips in the house, and I think soda, and we just didn't really think about being healthy. So when I was depressed or feeling stressed about the competition, I would eat. That's what would make me feel better. I would binge. And then I would just not eat for the rest of the day. So I would binge, and then I wouldn't eat. That's just kind of what I did. And it was all emotional. So it had to do when I was competing, when there was pressure to do well. We bought national quality horses. We were expected to win. That's just how it was. It was just competition, and nothing against my parents. They were trying to make us competitive people and really show us what it was like to be successful. So nothing on my parents at all. The emotional eating is all on me. How I dealt with the stress and the anxiety was through food. Food made me feel good. Food eased my stress and anxiety, and love McDonald's French fries, chicken McNuggets. That was just kind of what I was into. Soda. I was a huge Mountain Dew addict all the way up through college, and then I switched to coffee. But I'd always had some kind of addiction. In college, it was alcohol. I drank every weekend, and then it turned into drinking during the week. It turned into drinking and missing class. It's just kind of how the cycle went. And as I got older, I just continued to just binge that much more. I didn't purge, I didn't make myself throw up, but I would eat and eat and eat and eat. And then I would feel horrible about it and not eat for the rest of the day. And that was just my cycle. Just how I dealt with everything in life, how I dealt with my bad grades in school, how I dealt with money issues, how I dealt with credit cards. I would just put more and more food on credit cards, more and more stuff on credit cards. And I hate how cloudy and shaded it is, but oh well, gotta work with what you got. So that was really my whole entire relationship with food. When I was pregnant with my son, all I did was eat. I didn't not eat at all. I just ate and ate and ate and gained 50 pounds. But I was already overweight when I got pregnant with him. So when I was at my heaviest, I was 200 and I'm trying to think, 200 and God, how much was I? My heaviest, I was 240 pounds. And 5'10" is not horrible, but it's still overweight, considered obese. I looked pregnant after I gave birth. It's just how it was, still ate fast food, still ate chips, still ate French fries, still ate potatoes, still ate fried stuff, soda. It's just what I wanted. In 2008, I realized enough was enough. I had to do something. I saw a picture of myself and I didn't even recognize who I was. I was a size 18. I was unhappy. I was depressed. I was having anxiety attacks. Continuing to binge, and whenever I was sad, happy, anything, I would eat. Eating made me happy. Eating made me feel better. Just what I did. Alcohol made me happy. That's why I drank so much in college and got kicked out of school. So I continue to have a bad relationship with food. I continue to struggle. The best way that I have found to deal with it is to not have the temptations in the house. So I don't buy desserts. The only chips I buy are ones for my son's lunch, and I've had it giving myself the self-control to not eat it, because you need to learn to have self-control when in regular life. I can't just never have any treats in my house ever again. That won't work. I have a family. They want to have treats every once in a while too. They don't have the weight issues and the relationship with food that I have. So really what I'm doing now to overcome it is that I'm trying to break my addiction. So I broke my caffeine addiction. I haven't had coffee in almost a week now, and I'm going to continue it. If I go to Starbucks, I'm going to have a tea. I'm not going to have the coffee. So there's other ways for me to get energy. Exercise, my Shakeology, that gives me energy. I use Energize in the morning. It's a pre-workout drink. It's a healthy way to go about it. That's how I see it. But obviously if I'm not working out, I don't have it, and I'm okay. I'm not exhausted throughout the day because I'm having my Shakeology. I'm using Focus Energy, my Shakeology daily. But that is just because I have that caffeine addiction that I need to break. So really just, I don't know if anybody's making any comments, but I can't see any comments, and I can't see who's joining. I don't know what's wrong with my live feed. I apologize. But I think this emotional eating thing is always going to be a struggle for me. It's always going to be difficult for me, and I'm always going to struggle. But what I have done when I want to eat something bad is that I think about my goals. I think about what I want to accomplish. I'm still absolutely not where I want to be. I gained 65 pounds when I was pregnant with my twins. So I was up to 250 pounds, which is even worse than my heaviest before. It's because I was 25 pounds overweight when I got pregnant. So adding on another 65 pounds onto that, yeah, it was not a good thing. So I still struggle. This morning when I was getting dressed, I was looking in, I know yesterday I said I wasn't going to look in the mirror anymore when I got dressed, but I was looking in the mirror when I was getting dressed. And again, I saw my stretch marks. I saw my stretched out skin. I saw my C-section scar. You know what? I took a picture of it. I'm going to write a post. I don't know when I'm going to actually post it, but I'm going to work on a post about how my body image affects my eating. And that's really it. Now, I'm not really, I have some financial stress because, I mean, I was let go from my job. So Beachbody is my only income, and it's not a guaranteed income. It's really not. And what my team does really affects my income. And, you know, that's okay because we're still saving tons of money by me being home and then her not being in daycare. Still saves us a ton of money that way, and I get to be with my kids, and I don't have the temptations of fast food and things like that because it takes a lot of work to get the baby in the car seat, go drive and get food and come back. So I haven't been doing that. So that's really good. I haven't had fast food in weeks now, which is fantastic. Because that's what's part of my food addiction. I love fast food. I love French fries. I love cheese curds from Culver's. That's just shakes, ice cream. That's just what I like. But I'm these next 4 weeks trying to stay 100% on track with my nutrition. I'm usually a 90-10 person, but for these next 4 weeks, I'm going to be 100% on plan. I usually have a beer on Saturday, and I'm not even going to do that for the next 4 weeks. So I'm really going to focus on clearing my mind and cleansing my body and really focusing on the quality of foods I'm putting in myself, and really still working on that negative mindset with personal development. And I need to remember that my body has been through a lot. Having C-section with twins, I have had 2 C-sections, so my body has been through a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of stretched out skin. It's never gonna be what it could have been before I had kids. It's just not. And those of you that have kids, you feel me. You understand what I'm saying, and it's really about developing a healthier relationship with my own body and a healthier relationship with food. And if I'm feeling a craving, making a second Shakeology for the day, make it like a dessert, chocolate Shakeology with peanut butter or something like that. Last night I had a hazelnut latte Shakeology when I was wanting to go get ice cream. So just really trying to remedy that and think about my goals and think about why I'm doing this. It's not to get to a certain weight. I mean, yeah, I want to be a size 8. But it's about being healthy for me, for my family, showing a good example of good body image and good nutrition, and really passing that on to my kids. That's really what this is about. So I know that emotional eating is going to always be the struggle for me, but I'm working on overcoming it. So if you have had struggles with emotional eating, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to connect, help keep each other accountable, have someone to talk to that knows how it feels. So if you are struggling with what I'm struggling with, let's connect, let's chat, and I hope everybody has a fantastic Tuesday. Bye.